Okay, so today we are going to be talking about our BOGO deals. Um, if we would have them, most likely based on the calendar, we are going to be looking at next week since doTERRA likes to wait until after the 15th. And then for February, next week is the only week after the 15th that we have a full week in order to do BOGOs. Now, I haven't heard one way or another. So I can't tell you if there is going to be one. We will find out most likely on Friday. If not, then we can just use this information for our next BOGO deal probably this summer. But if we do have these, it's a good idea to have this kind of stuff in advance ready to go. So we're going to get into our agenda, which is first we're going to talk about our February promotions, what are BOGOs, and then we're going to talk a whole lot about planning and then real quick on executing. Because honestly, the biggest thing that you're going to be doing with your BOGOs is going to be in the planning stages versus in the executing stages. So let's get into our February promos. I apologize about last week that we did not have it. Also, I wanted to remind you guys, if you're not on the Team Oil Ninja business page, that is our upline gold, Shannon Murray. She will be having a call, I believe, this Thursday evening at, I want to say 8 o'clock. It will be recorded if you can't make it live, but if you can, it'd be a great idea because there's usually a lot of other people on it. We've got some really good ideas and things that we're going to be putting into place in the next coming months. So for February, these are our promotions. If you order your 125 PV LRP on or before February 15th, you will get the free 10 milliliter of the Melaleuca Touch. I forgot to include that the body butter is 10% off this month. I love the body butter, guys. If you have not tried it, I highly recommend it, especially during these winter months. It's great for people who get chapped hands. If your skin gets dried out, it is really good to carry around with you all the time. I use it daily, every time I get out of the shower, every time I wash my hands just get so dried out. So I just use a little bit of that body butter. And honestly, it lasts a long time. We also still have the New Year, New You promo that goes until the end of this month. So if they enroll with the 100 PV and they place at 100 PV, so if they enroll this month, and then even if they enroll on February 28th, if they place their 100 PV on March 1st for their LRP, guess what? They're getting 100 free points within the next 3 days. So this is actually the promo that I signed up with. This is my 4-year anniversary with doTERRA already, I believe. I can't believe that. I'm feeling like I'm dating myself. So, but it's a great promo. It's got an awesome, 100 free points. You can easily buy a whole bunch of On Guard and Breathe, which is what we're going through like crazy. Or you can even get a free frankincense. That one's only $69.50, I believe. So there's a lot of good ways to spend this 100 free points. So let's get into BOGOs. What are they? So each day doTERRA offers a buy one, get one free for the entire week. It's usually 5 days. So Monday, we're going to have a BOGO. They choose the oils, not us. It's not like you can say, oh, I'm going to buy bergamot and I want to get a free lemon. That's not how it works, unfortunately. They will tell us what the oil is, what the one you have to buy, and then which one you can get for free. You will only have 24 hours to purchase said BOGO. So they will announce it. You will have 24 hours to pick it up unless it runs out, which it has yet to run. Oh, wait, we did have one run out, I believe. But in place of the BOGO, they did offer something else for those who wanted it. But just to give you a heads up, each day it's a different deal. So Monday's going to be, for instance, we had buy a Serenity essential oil, you got a free balance. Another day was buy a petal diffuser and you get a free peppermint and wild orange. Now they're not all like super awesome deals. Sometimes they are, buy a Terrazyme, which is something we need. Like I think honestly everybody needs a Terrazyme, but not everybody knows what the products are. So some people might be like, oh, this isn't such a great deal, but honestly, these deals, they have a lot of thought that go behind them. And really, guys, they are all awesome. So you will have until 2 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time to grab the deal. These are typically only good for the United States. If you have Canadian or European teams, which we do have now, I want you guys to know that Canada typically has their own BOGO deals, so you'll have to go to the doTERRA Canada page on Facebook. You will get different emails. What I'm going to be probably posting is just going to be the US ones because we don't have that many Canadian team members yet. So I want you guys to know that you can go up to the Canada page. You will also be getting those emails as long as you went into your back office and check that yes, doTERRA can send you promotional information. So these are also a limit of 2 to 4 per account. 4 to 5 per account. I want to say they're typically 5 orders per account, but sometimes it depends on what the deal is. Sometimes they only allow us 4. We'll have to see how many they are going to choose to continue with these BOGOs. So let's get into this planning. First off, we need to plan what our goals are. So you want to set your goal. So how can your BOGOs help you reach that goal? And I want to say a lot of this information, pretty much all of this information, came from my very good friend Rachel Strickland, who is another silver in doTERRA. She helped me last July to realize how big BOGOs could be. With our first round of BOGOs, I think we did maybe 2,800 in BOGO deals for the week, which at the time was just, it blew me out of the water. In November, I believe we did 5,400 or 5,600 in volume in BOGOs alone, which just was astounding. It was just amazing. So BOGOs can really help you hit goals when you prioritize them and when you really set your mind to hitting them. Make a copy of the BOGO tracker. I will share the BOGO tracker with you guys if we do have BOGOs. It's a great thing that Rachel set up. It seriously is amazing. So you're going to want to make a plan of where you want your orders to be placed to reach that goal. So if you're going for Premier or higher, you're going to need specific amounts in different legs. Now, if you're just going for Elite, and I shouldn't say just, when you're going for Elite, it doesn't necessarily matter where you're placing that order, but you always want to have a goal of the rank higher than the one you're going for. So if you're currently an executive and you really want to hit Elite, honestly, you should be planning on Premier. So you want to have those 2 builders and placing orders under 2 separate legs, even when you're only going for Elite, because then you're going to set yourself up in a great way for Premier. And on Saturday or Sunday before BOGOs, so if they announce BOGOs on Friday, we're going to obviously call everybody and let them know, but then we want to remind them. I typically do Sunday afternoon just to say, hey, FYI, wanted to remind you BOGOs are going on. They're going to start tomorrow. You're on my list, so I'm going to send out daily reminders. So how are we going to sell this? Let's plan on that. You need to call the customers first and ask for permission to place orders under them. So if you are going and placing orders under different areas, you need to have all of this BOGO information tracked, because doTERRA will come back if you all of a sudden have a huge jump and it's seeing credit card orders under all of these different accounts with your credit card information. It will flag doTERRA. They will need to see where you're getting this money. Did they pay cash? Did they send you PayPal? If they send you PayPal, do you have the receipts? Did they send you something through the Cash App? Did they send you money through Facebook? Which, guys, oh my goodness, I just found out sending money through Facebook Messenger to somebody trusted that you know, it goes into your bank account instantly. And to me, I'm just like, that's insane. There are a whole bunch of different apps that you can use to transfer money if they don't have, if they're not local to you. You need to figure out how to plan. I'm sorry, I forgot to delete this part. Get the Cash app. There is that. There's a bunch of different ones. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I know that there are tons of them out there. Figure out the best way that you are going to be getting this money to get your BOGOs. Because honestly, guys, do not purchase BOGOs without already having money in hand. Because if people don't collect their BOGOs and they never paid for them, now you're sitting on a whole bunch of oils and you have to figure out how to offload them. So don't buy BOGOs without cash first, or at least a cash receipt to PayPal, because we know PayPal usually takes 2 to 3 business days to transfer back into your account. So just know. Also plan on how you're going to send texts out to your people. There is the Remind app, which was great. I created graphics every morning because the Remind app only has a certain amount of characters. I think you can only use 168 characters, very similar to Twitter. So what I would do is I said, today's BOGO deal, buy one lemongrass, get a free lemon. And then I would have the image with the cost on it, with the SKU number, so that if somebody was buying it and going to their own account, they knew what order number to put in there. And I would send out a second reminder later in the day. Just a reminder, you have until this evening to purchase your BOGO deal if it's still going on. So let's talk about planning your time. Oh, it's an insane week usually. I typically tell my husband that, hey, it's going to be BOGO week, which means I probably won't be able to eat dinner with the family. I'm not going to be able to cook. We usually have pre-made meals. We do a lot of stuff. We make meal plans anyway for the beginning of the week. But for me, honestly, I know people who work and they basically they get home and they literally just get in front of their computer. They're scarfing down food while they're getting this done. It is a hectic week. Make sure you take some time for yourself, but know that this is going to be a busy week. You're going to be calling your customers, texting. You want to be active on the Facebook page, doing any appointments. You want to place those orders. If you're having appointments, obviously you want to remind them that they can add this BOGO deal on. Make sure you have these hours circled in your planner. You should probably have some morning hours. So if you're driving to work, you can call them on your way in. Or if you are having them in the evening, that's good too. I typically create all of my graphics first thing in the morning before the kids even get up. And then I send out a reminder around 7 or 7:30 in the morning, and then start collecting the information from there. Typically, I see a huge flux by around noon, and then it dies off until about dinner time, and then I'll see a huge influx of calls and text around 8 o'clock once all of my friends' kids go to bed or once they've kind of unwinded from work. And then typically I tell people I have a last call around 9:30 because I need to get to bed because I'm typically up by 5 o'clock to do all of the stuff for the next day. So let's plan for customers. So if you have potential customers, how will they respond if you want a BOGO? What will you do if they buy a BOGO? How are you going to follow up? So if somebody orders a BOGO and they're just a potential customer, you need to make sure that you're setting up a time to get together with them the following week. Hey, did you get your oils? Awesome. Let's talk about them. Do you have any questions? Would you like to go over other oils that could be beneficial for you? And go right into the script, guys. So you need to make sure that you are going to be following up with these customers. And then anybody that's a current customer, how are you going to get the word out about BOGOs? Me, I called 120 people in November. Obviously, it paid off because we had $5,400 or 5,400 volume. It was more than that in dollar amount that we spent in BOGO deals. So the amount of time that you put into prepping and planning for this, the more you will get back out of it. So for us, how do you get the word out? Me, it was the Remind app once I asked them if they were interested in looking at the deal of the day. Now, a lot of them who are current customers already knew that they were going to be getting these emails, and now we're looking ahead and making sure they would check their emails to get the BOGO deal. And then how do you show them the benefit? Well, for me on the Facebook page, I would share a whole bunch of information about each of the oils that people could use, and then show them exactly what and why they want these particular oils. So planning with leaders. This is where I come into this. Let's talk about what are your strategies? What are your goals? Let's walk you through doing all of this information. Now, this is another thing to think about. If you have a set goal that you want to hit this month, let's talk about what we can do to incentivize your customers. Do you want to say, hey, if you buy the BOGO today, if you have somebody that places an order for a BOGO, maybe they'll get a free oil out of it. Maybe I'll do the raffle again. I haven't even thought this far in advance. Last time, I would see what the BOGO deal was, and then I would have a oil that they would be raffled in for. Now, this year, I may say, okay, Monday's raffle, and I'm not going to say what the raffle is until the end of the week, because last time I was really lucky and I did not have an overlap of what I was giving out as a raffle as what the BOGO deal was. But I'm kind of nervous about that happening. So I may just say on Friday, I will announce all of the BOGO, if you ordered on Monday, this is what you'll win. Maybe I'll just say, hey, Monday's winner is this, you get first pick. Tuesdays is this, you get second pick. I don't know, but I'll probably do an incentive for you guys. But this is just, again, for the Keystone Oiler team. If they're placing orders on other teams, obviously that is going to be on their leaders to do that. So I'll keep in touch with you guys this week on our Facebook page about if we have BOGOs, this is what I'll do. But I just want you guys to know, if you have a specific goal, make sure you let me know, and we can really work on getting you to that goal. Planning scripts. So we want to create different outlines for the 3 type of situations that you're going to be in. Because, it's all good and fine to say, okay, I have my scripts, but if somebody, if you get a voicemail, what do you say? If you get somebody who calls you back, what do you say? You want to really look into this. And I'm not going to create these for everybody. What I say is going to be different from what somebody else says. Now, if you're new to doTERRA, new to the business side of things, I will obviously help you with creating your script. But if you've been doing this for a while, you should know by now what works and what doesn't work. And honestly, guys, I would do you a huge disservice if I told you exactly what you needed to say at this point. I know I love when somebody tells me exactly what I should say, but it doesn't help me learn for the future. And then I'm always relying on, Emerge to tell me what to say. But Emerge finally said, nope, I'm not helping you with what to say anymore. You have to come up with it on your own. And that has set me free in creating my own scripts for every type of encounter that I'm going to have with my customers. So you're going to want to create your call list. Some people prefer phone calls. Some people prefer text. Honestly, most of us younger guys and girls prefer text. So the Remind app was really good. I had about 40 people that were on that. And the Remind app is great because it sent it out to everybody at the same time. And then if they wanted the thing, I would say reply yes. And I would get information back if they did want to get it. But I also wanted to make sure that I kept track of all of this in my BOGO tracker. So I actually had a list of every single person that I was calling or texting. And if they got Monday's deal information, yes. If they got Tuesday's information, or if I left a voicemail, etc. So I want to make sure that I'm doing all that I can for my customers. I want my customers to literally think the least amount possible in this exchange. I want them to go, oh, Wild Orange is the freebie today, and I have to buy peppermint. What are those 2 things good for? Now, most people who've been using oils know that. But somebody who's new to the oils may not understand why peppermint is good. So you're going to say peppermint's great for cooling your body down. It's great for, possible headaches. Now, if you're talking to them over the phone, you don't have to be 100% compliant. You should, but not everybody is. And that's okay. So you want to make sure that your customers know what they're getting these oils for and how to properly use them. That's why the follow-up afterwards is so crucial, so they are using these oils properly. So planning with Facebook. If you're using Facebook, you want to create a plan on how you're going to share things and how you're going to use Facebook to generate other leads or get referrals. Invite your text and call list to join the page. Now, the Keystone Oiler BOGO page will be up on Friday if they announce it. I will let you guys know if it goes live, or as soon as I find out, I will put it up. I will have it up there. I will tag you guys in it. Add people as you can. And then you guys really don't have to worry about too much, with the exception of maybe jumping in each day to say, oh my goodness, I am so excited about this deal. Make sure you are participating, especially if you have customers in that group, in the BOGO page, because then they are going to see a familiar face and realize, oh, wait, Carrie loves this oil. Okay, well, if Carrie loves this oil, I don't know who this Christian chick is, but if Carrie loves it, I'm totally going to jump on board. Or if they see Rachel expressing how she uses the Terrazyme daily with all of her meals, they're going to say, wait, that's what she's been using with all of her health stuff. Awesome, I'm going to get in on it. Or with Sarah, who I know you always like to deal with, your call center and your job and their stress. And if you say, oh my goodness, I can't live without my balance because it helps so much in the workplace, your customers are going to say, oh, that's what she's using that helps. So guys, when you kind of just jump in there, plus when they see a whole bunch of people jumping in and out and talking about this oil is great, that oil is great, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this deal, they're going to want to get in on it. Now, if it's an oil that you don't use, don't talk about that. Don't say, oh, I never use my oregano, because guys, there is going to be a point where somebody needs the oregano. We have been diffusing it almost nightly in our house because ever since my daughter got the flu, we are just diffusing the heck out of that with our On Guard and our lemon and our frankincense and our tea tree oil. We're going crazy. Something like Roman chamomile, if that came up or the Serenity, if either of those come up on our Facebook group, I'm not telling people how I don't use those oils because I have an allergy to the Roman chamomile. I'm not going to tell a whole bunch of people that, because it doesn't matter to them why I can't use it. What matters to them is how they can use it. And I know from a whole slew of testimonials from different people that Serenity is a lifesaver. Even though it doesn't work for me, I know it's going to work for all of the customers that are on my team. I will tell people if they have a sensitivity to chamomiles, this might not be the oil for them. Or if I have a whole bunch of people on our team that has issues with lavender, if you believe it or not. So if there is an oil blend that's put up there, I'm going to let them know, maybe not on the actual page, but I will private message each of those people that I know that are dealing with the lavender allergy, and I'm going to say, hey, I know you really want this deal. If you buy, say it's buy a lavender, get a free lemon, I'll say, hey, if you buy the lavender, I will trade you an equal oil that I have in my stock if you want to purchase the BOGO, especially if they're local, because then I can just do a straight swap. The lavender, I believe, is 21 wholesale. So if I have a peppermint, that's a $50 or $50. It's a 50-cent difference for the lavender versus peppermint. And most people are going to be like, don't worry about the 50 cents. And for like the 1% of people that are going to say, yeah, give me the 50 cents, it's 50 cents. So just keep an open mind about that kind of stuff and making sure you're sharing information. Again, I'm probably not going to be sharing this on the regular team page, but I will share this on the BOGO page because I don't want to, I'll probably just post, this is the BOGO deal. If you want more information, make sure you go over to the BOGO page so that people aren't getting just bombarded with, 30 different messages about the BOGOs. So let's talk about executing. We are going to check in for the BOGOs. That means either by email or on the Facebook page or on their Instagram. However doTERRA is getting this information out to us, we're going to want to check in first thing in the morning. They announced it at I believe it was 12:01 Mountain Standard Time last time. So they are going to be announcing this at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I wake up super early for BOGO week, and I'm in front of my computer, half asleep, drinking my coffee, making sure that I'm creating these images. So I want to make sure that I know what the BOGO deal is. You want to text the deals daily to your customers. Remind people too, towards the end of the day, if they haven't responded or if you've noticed in your back office they haven't ordered anything. You also want to be able to place those orders where needed. So if you have a couple of friends who aren't enrolled yet, and they say, oh, just order me this deal today, you can see exactly where you need to place it. Now, some people, you could talk to them and they may say, okay, I don't want to have to pay shipping every day this week. So if we have 5 of us and we all get the daily order, you order Mondays, I'll order Tuesdays, you order Wednesdays, I'll order Thursdays, and this person orders Fridays. And then you just meet up and you swap them. That's totally fine. In doTERRA's eyes, they are pretty lenient if you do it that way. But if it's just the same person, make sure you have all of those receipts of who is buying what. Make sure you call your contacts before this all starts. So this weekend, as soon as we're told, start calling people, start texting people, ask them if they ask their permission. Make sure it is okay with them that you contact them about the oils. Because honestly, guys, I will start smacking each and every one of you if you start adding people to this Facebook group who don't want to be there. I love you all, but don't do that. That's not going to be a good customer service thing, okay? We want to make sure we have their permission. Say, hey, we have BOGO deals. My friend Kristen is having a Facebook group where you can get the daily deals and know exactly where to go to purchase the deal. Would you like me to add you to that? And then don't add them unless they say, okay, because I don't like seeing a whole bunch of people add it to a group and then instantly half of them leave. That leaves a bad taste for doTERRA. We've all been added to the 50,000 LuLaRoe groups. Nobody liked it. We all left. We all got angry that we kept getting added to all these different groups after we've left. But go ahead and just make sure that you get permission. And remind people, if you have an appointment during this week, it's a great week to have appointments. I'm just saying. So if they enroll with the 100 PV, say they enroll with the Family Essential Kit, you can just say, hey, this is $150, but I wanted to let you know if you spend $21 more, you can get a free lavender, or you can purchase an extra lavender, because trust me, you're going to go through it because you want to stay calm, stress-free. And summer is coming because we're going to need that. I know it doesn't feel like summer, but it's going to come, and you're going to go through all that lavender. You're also going to get a free lemon. Would you like me to add that to your deal? And honestly, guys, every time I've asked, everybody says, yeah, that's a good deal. Go ahead and add that. And honestly, guys, it really is that simple. It's a lot of work. So make sure, I forgot to put this in, make sure you warn your family. If you have kids at home, just let them know that they're probably going to be watching more TV than usual, that you're going to order a pizza maybe 2 or 3 nights, or just feed them quick mac and cheese, that you might not be able to play as much, or, let your spouse know, let your friends know you probably won't be going out that week, that you got to get home. You have a whole big work week. It's going to be a busy, busy week, and it's totally cool. Doesn't mean you're not friends anymore. Just you'll hang out on Saturday. Maybe take Saturday or Sunday off though. You might be exhausted and not want to see anybody. So this is just a really good way to get things done. Prepare your friends and your family that you're going to be a little busier than normal, and then go out and rock BOGOS. So guys, again, if you have questions, go ahead and email them to me at keystoneoiler@gmail.com, or just message me over on our Facebook group. And guys, thank you so much for